Human beings are wired to seek completion. Our brains crave resolution, whether it's finishing a task, solving a problem, and from an evolutionary perspective, this makes perfect sense. Our ancestors needed to complete things. They had to hunt, they had to build shelter, they had to gather just to survive. That drive for completion still exists today, but in a modern world where survival is no longer a struggle, that need for completion has shifted into things like career goals or binge watching a TV show just to finish it. And last but not least, the most dangerous of all, consumerism. A perfect example of this modern completer is Fight Club's narrator. The career-oriented narrator believes that he's close to being complete as he works to fill his condo with stylish furniture. Each purchase, a carefully curated piece of some idealized life.
I had it all. I had a stereo that was very decent, a wardrobe that was getting very respectable. I was close to being complete.
In reality, he isn't actually building completion. He's just decorating an empty shell. The problem is that humans can't be satisfied with consumerism because it's designed to be unsatisfying. The system thrives on never-ending desire. Every time you buy something, there's always a newer, shinier version right around the corner. And this taps into a deep psychological mechanism, something called the hedonic treadmill. This hedonic treadmill is the idea that no matter what we achieve or what we acquire, we quickly return to a baseline level of satisfaction. You get the dream car, you get the perfect gaming setup, the new stylish wardrobe, and for a moment, it feels great. But then the feeling slowly fades and you adapt. Before you know it, there's a new car, a faster gaming computer, and a new modern trendier outfit. The cycle just repeats itself. All the while, these marketers are selling us on the idea that we're just one purchase away from happiness and from being quote-unquote complete. In Fight Club, Tyler Durden sees consumerism for what it is, a trap. He understands that it makes people chase fulfillment in something that can never actually provide it.
I say never be complete. I say stop being perfect. I say let's evolve.
So, why can't humans just be satisfied? Maybe it's because real satisfaction comes from something deeper, from something that can't be bought. Consumerism keeps us looking outward, but what we really need for completion might just require us to turn inward. Like Buddhism, Fight Club suggests that it isn't about adding more, but about letting go of desire and want. Tyler preaches total destruction of material wealth, of identity, of ego, later society as a whole, in believing that only by stripping away these false attachments can somebody truly be free. Fight Club suggests, rather, that we look elsewhere for completion, that we look for it in community and connection, by having deep, meaningful relationships instead of just accumulating status symbols. I encourage you to adopt this advice in your life. Get involved in a community or club. Could be a church, chess club, book club, sports team, whatever you're interested in, and watch how you form relationships, friendships, and maybe even love within that club. I think when it comes to completion, we really need to look at one of its synonyms, and that synonym is fulfillment. When it comes to completion or fulfillment and what that might look like, I think it's going to vary from person to person. For some, it might mean getting married and having a family. For others, it might mean building a business. For me, fulfillment is being healthy, practicing true self-acceptance, challenging myself to get out of my comfort zone, being a good husband and father, and prioritizing relationships with family and friends. And listen, I need to constantly remind myself of this. It's hard not to fall back into the consumer facade, believing that if we accumulate the right things, achieve the right milestones, and fit into the right boxes, that we're finally going to feel quote-unquote whole. I'd love to open up a dialogue in the comments section about what completion or fulfillment looks like for you. And listen, maybe the notion of completion itself is just a myth. Maybe we're not meant to be complete, but rather to be ever evolving. I thank you for listening to this video. Like and subscribe to support the channel, and I'll see you next time.